Okay, number one, Larry, thank you. Your overview was excellent. I hope we could, can it and send it around to everybody in America. You explain it better than I do. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to stop the poisoning of America. The current model is not working. We have an open border. We have a narco state in Mexico that basically either doesn't have the will to deal with drug cartels or they don't have the capability. We're losing 70,000 people a year to fentanyl poisoning coming from Mexico. We lost 50,000 in the entire Vietnam War. We're losing 200 people a day. This is a national security crisis. 4 South Carolinians, 2 were killed and 2 were kidnapped and tortured by going to Mexico by drug cartels. So what am I trying to do? They've been terrorizing America, the drug cartels. I want to terrorize them. I want to create a model where they can't sleep at night. The homes they build from blood of Americans by selling fentanyl and other drugs, that we look at those homes, they're safe havens, and we destroy them. I want to work with Mexico, but foreign terrorist organization designation to the drug cartels ups the game. It's the highest designation you can give a criminal enterprise. It would allow us to bring prosecutions against chemical companies in China that provide materials to the Mexican drug cartels. It would up the game on the law enforcement side, but that's not enough. Plan Colombia in the year 2000 was a plan by Bill Clinton to send American military members to Colombia to deal with a cocaine problem. They were advisors, they went on raids, and they helped take down the FARC and the cocaine networks that were raging in the 90s and early 2000s in Colombia. I want to plan Mexico. I want to empower our military to use lethal force against drug cartels, blow up their labs, go after them individually because they're a great threat to the country. These are evil people. This is the 40th anniversary of labeling the Soviet Union evil. There is no more evil force on the planet than Mexican drug cartels.
Senator Graham, I mean, there's a lot packed in here. Let's unpack a little bit. The designation foreign terrorist organization. Just tell us a bit more about that. You want to pinpoint the cartels, I presume.
Right.
You're not going after the Mexican government per se,
no.
even though AMLO's not giving us any help. But you're talking about the cartels.
Okay. All right. Under U.S. law, back in the year 2000, we actually came up with a plan to send the American military to Colombia, the country of Colombia, to deal with the cocaine problem that was raging back then. So what I want to do is replicate that and even go further, because fentanyl is a weapon of mass destruction. Just a tiny bit of fentanyl can kill thousands of people. We seized almost 13,000 pounds this year. That's enough to kill 3 billion people. So I want to treat it like the threat it is. So by making a drug cartel a foreign terrorist organization, it allows the Department of Justice and other law enforcement agencies to bring cases against their co-conspirators in China. If you provide material support to an FTO, then you can be charged under U.S. law. That's step one. Name them for what they are, terrorist organizations. Step two is give the military the power, as the last resort, if Mexico won't help, to blow these damn labs up and kill the people who are killing us.
So basically, using that Plan Colombia, we've done this before.
Yes.
So there's nothing outrageous in our national security history.
Right.
I believe you said it happened during the Clinton administration, so a Democrat. You've got Senator John Kennedy with you today. You're looking for. He was on the show last night. We were talking about the Federal Reserve. He's a pretty smart fellow. Yes, indeed.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's also got a good sense of humor, as you do as well. Tell us more about the military. So if the military is authorized, Senator.
Right.
I kind of, tell me if this is wrong, but look, you're been in our Army for so many years, not me, but I sort of think of it as our military in hot pursuit. Sometimes you have to do that in wartime across the border in order to go after the cartels.
I can't really say it any better. Just imagine this. There's an ISIS cell in Mexico or an Al-Qaeda cell. They lob a rocket into to Texas. We'd blow them off the map. We'd try to work with Mexico. If they wouldn't work with us, we'd take out the terrorist threat. Well, these drug cartels are killing more Americans than 9/11, more Americans than car wrecks and gun violence combined each year, more Americans than the entire Vietnam War die from fentanyl poisoning, 70,000 a year, and it's going up. So what does this two-step process, what does it allow? It allows for the drug cartels to be treated differently under U.S. law, and the authorization to use military force is not to invade Mexico, not to take the Mexican government down, is to use military force to strike at the cartels, the labs, and their infrastructure that's killing Americans. We do this all over the world. We hit terrorists in Syria almost every night. We do it in Iraq. Wherever there's a threat to Americans, we deal with that threat. The number one job of the federal government is to defend this nation. The Biden administration has not done all they could do to stop the fentanyl poisoning of America. They have been slow. They have been reluctant. I am changing the game. I want every drug dealer in Mexico to not sleep well at night wondering if there's a missile coming through the window.
I love that. I love that, Senator Graham, just the way you put it. That's fabulous stuff. And I think you're giving everybody a wake-up call. Bill Barr's editorial last week was very, very important. You know, former Attorney General, actually twice a former Attorney General. You're taking the next step. Can you round up some Democrats in the Senate?
I think so.
Can you get the House Republicans to put this kind of legislation on the table?
So, number one, we've been talking about making drug cartels foreign terrorist organizations since 2012. I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to do. I think I've got a Democratic co-sponsor to make the drug cartels foreign terrorist organizations. The next step is to give the military the capability to target drug networks in Mexico to stop the poisoning of America. I'd like to do it with the Mexican government. I hope we can. That's what we did in Colombia. But I want to let Mexico and the world know when it comes to defending America, we reserve the right to do that. We attack terrorists all over the world every night. And I want to put on that target list drug cartels in Mexico.
One more thing before we lose you, Senator Graham. It's such a pleasure. It's so rare to get you on this business show. We love having you. You and I have known each other a heck of a long time. You were talking politics, very interesting way, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I want to play some sound on that and maybe get your quick comment.
Okay. I know the downside of Trump, but let me tell you about the upside of Trump. There are no Trump policies without Donald Trump. You know why NATO gave $431 billion in defense spending increases? Because they thought that Trump really meant it when he said he was going to pull out. You know why we moved the embassy of the United States to Jerusalem? Trump said I would do it, I would do it. He is responsible for securing the border through his personal will. There are no Trump policies without the man, Donald Trump.
All right, you heard it. I know some downsides,
I hope he's watching. I hope he's watching.
By the way, he does watch the show a
lot.
Yeah,
he loves you, man. He's a big Kudlow fan. So, anyway, he's hot and cold on me, but he's a big Larry Kudlow
fan. A word or two to sum it up.
We're going to pick a nominee in 2024. We've got a lot of great candidates. You got Haley, she's awesome. You got Tim Scott, maybe Governor DeSantis. But I'll tell you this about Donald Trump. He did things that I've never seen anybody else do. He secured the border because Mexico was afraid of him. He stood up to China for the first time. He destroyed the caliphate. We were energy independent. There are no Trump policies without Trump the man. And I've never seen anybody so disruptive in a positive way as well as a negative way, but in a positive way to keep us safe and prosperous. And I hope that people remember that Donald Trump did things that nobody else could do, and I think he could do it again.
Yes, sir. Anyway, I'm not picking winners and losers.
He'll like that. He'll like that.
He will like that a lot. I will get a call later, and his gal will text me that the call is coming. Lindsey Graham, you're terrific. Your press conference today was just fabulous. Can't thank you enough. The country thanks you enough. Thanks ever so much, folks.